Welcome, gorgeous human, supernatural being, whatever you might be. Coming into this space, you're welcome here. My name is EMPERIA, welcome. Today we're going to be focusing on a very important connection in your life that's currently influencing your path. We're coming up onto the full moon and we're currently in the waxing stage. An increase of intensity. This is a very good energy for manifesting, for journaling, for visualization, a desired result. So that's what we're going to focus on, okay? So I'm going to start with a general energy from the Timeless Wisdom deck. The relationship that I'm going to focus on here, it doesn't have to be a romantic connection. It can be any relationship that's influencing your path at this time that is meaningful for you or is coming towards you, okay? I'm definitely connecting to this because Spirit is showing me that it's connected to this full moon energy. Before the next full moon, I was just talking about the full moon. So I feel like even if you don't see this message right now, when I post it during this time, if you see it later on, it will most likely be before the next full moon, or it will be significant only during the next full moon. So maybe on a waxing moon phase, when the energy is rising, heightening, okay? Emotions and situations are building to a peak. Complete crucial talks and intentions before this climax. It's giving me that energy of things left unsaid that could lead to regrets or something like that I'm picking up on here. So if you have anything like that going on in your life, I feel like now is a good time to clear that up or to talk things over or to communicate how you feel to somebody. Even if it's difficult to do, it's very important. There's something sacred about it as well. So it's connected to like your inward shift. And I feel like it's connected to a heightening of the moon energy, like a climax point before the next full moon. So this is energy that is building. So I feel like before it builds to a climax, before the next full moon, have that conversation, reach out to that person, or resolve the conflict. Okay, because I feel like this is directly tied to some sort of manifestation or some sort of desire that you have. But I feel like there's some sort of tension. And I feel like this has to do with your external life, like your communication, your friends, your family, and your loved ones in general. There's something to do with a clean slate. That's what I'm hearing. Tying up loose ends, because I feel like there's like your bandwidth is being used up by stuff that's running in the background, especially like things that are left unsaid or emotions that are still kind of stirring that maybe you put aside or you push down. I'm going to get one more. If this is someone that you're already with in a romantic relationship with, it's going to be really important to not avoid what needs to be said or to not avoid what needs to be done, I'm hearing. That will be for some of you. On the dawn of a workday, the solution will come not in forced effort, but in the fresh, uncluttered mind of a Monday morning. I feel like some of you could have like a window and you have plants similar to this sitting in your window. Okay, I'm seeing this very literally right now for some reason. Something very important might happen near a window like this with plants, or near some kind of atmosphere that feels like this. Like midday on a sunny day, maybe even a Monday morning. Something like that is coming through and it's significant somehow, okay? This is not going to happen from forcing it. It needs to come organically through a desire to find a solution. Okay. And if it has to do with communication with somebody else or resolving conflict with somebody else or expressing how you truly feel authentically to somebody of true desire and clarity. So if your mind feels cluttered, if you feel chaotic, if you feel really anxious, I don't feel like that is the right time. I feel like you need to get very clear on what you want to say and express and the outcome that you want. So I mentioned before, we're talking about manifestation here. If you want a certain outcome before you go into a situation, visualize the best outcome, not the worst outcomes. That's counterintuitive. A lot of people do this because they're anxious and they have anxiety. We have anxiety in these situations, so it makes us focus on the negative things that can happen. But then we can actually manifest those things to actually happen, which is not helpful. You can't control having the thoughts may be negative and they may come up for you, but if you speak them aloud or if you give them attention or you hang on to them, like you grab them, See the thoughts like on a conveyor belt passing over across your eyes, right? And like they're just passing, they'll eventually pass and you'll forget about them, but you see this negative thought, right? Then you reach out and you grab this negative thought, and now it becomes so tangible and real for you. Now this is where your energy is being focused, so that's what you're focusing on. So something like that is going to rearrange around you to look like what you are holding on to, that negative thought. Okay, so your mind, your brain, your literal brain, actually, not even your mind, because they can be separate things. We won't get into that, but your brain will search around for this negative thought to confirm the negative thought that you're having in your brain, okay? So what you want to do is you want to cancel that thought, and you want to visualize the best outcomes, the best possible outcomes. And even if it doesn't work out exactly as you imagine it would, maybe it works out even better. Maybe something else comes out of it later, or something that you can't see right now. Usually things work out exactly as they're meant to work out. We just don't see it in the moment, okay? This did just come up for me, but some of you are fearing some sort of rejection in some area of life. You've probably heard this before, but rejection is a redirection. It is better to know and then be directed and be able to move on. So I feel like someone needs to hear that as well. But this could be very significant. Almost like a scene in a movie. I almost see this like a scene in a movie, like something could potentially happen just like this on this kind of day, maybe even literally on a Monday morning, right? The solution may also come to you when you spend some time in nature or spend some time near plants or in meditation. You know, put your phone away for a little while, put away distractions for a little while, and just sit with yourself. Just look out a window or take a stroll through the forest or through a park and just see what comes to you in your thoughts. And see what comes to you about your current situations and relationships, because I think that will tell you a lot, okay? Yeah, we've been getting this message for a while, haven't we? Emotions and situations are building to a peak. Now, I came into this reading with the intention of reading for a relationship through the lens of manifesting desired results. So I feel like clearing up any blockages or miscommunication or any feelings that you have put in the background of your mind and your heart are going to be very important, because that's what blocks manifestations from coming in, or manifestations that we truly want, right? Especially the negative thinking and the avoidance. Avoidance is the fastest way to block your energy. Better to get something over with sometimes. You know, just do it. It's hard, it sucks sometimes to just do something that feels really hard, or that potentially has some risky rejection in it, but then you can move on to other things, right? Sometimes it's better to know and be able to move on than to not know. I don't know why that is such a theme here, but it seems to be such a theme here. Let's move on to something else. Let's look at you and the person you're dealing with. You may also meet somebody or get closer to somebody before the next full moon. May happen over a conversation. May happen on a very nice day. Or maybe you feel somebody coming in. And on this day when you least expect it, you get a message or a phone call. All right, let's get your energy. Show me my collective. That one I almost wanted to come out. I'm just going to peek. Emperor. Seen the Emperor in the other reading I did earlier too. Page of Pentacles. I only want one spirit. There's been a lot of people coming out in readings lately. A lot of courts and a lot of major arcana cards. The Fool and the Queen of Pentacles. I don't want to. Okay. Me and Spirit have finally come to a compromise. You are showing up as the King of Cups, okay? In the next 5 weeks, this is your archetype, this is your energy. This is how you are manifesting in your reality right now. It's through your emotions, your emotional control, your emotional stability, sense of safety, and your empathy as well. But since this is the energy of the king, this is also expressed outwards. So I feel like this has something to do with emotional expression, how you're expressing your inner world, your deeper thoughts to others and to the world. I also feel like I'm strongly connecting to some masculines here who are in this reading with me. So I am picking up on some masculine energy here. This doesn't necessarily mean that you're a man, but I am getting like this very stable masculine energy. Someone with emotional intelligence and emotional control, okay? I feel like you have learned a lot about your emotions and emotional control in life in general. You know, you're showing up as a king, someone who is experienced, knowledgeable, wise. The King of Cups is a wise king, gentle king. Let's see who you're dealing with in the next 5 weeks. Who are you dealing with? I also really like this King of Cups in this deck. You could come off to others as a bit mysterious or a bit unknown, maybe even untouchable. Whatever that's meant to mean for you. Could be a little bit of the King of Cups shadow coming through. So yeah, that one, we've seen the Fool twice now, so it obviously wants to come out. The Fool is new beginnings, a leap of faith. As an archetype, the Fool is a young energy. It's a inspiring energy, a fearless energy. So I feel like there could also potentially be an age gap between you and this person. This person could potentially be younger than you, but it doesn't have to be that way. It could just be someone who is, you know, they're adopting a beginner mindset. They may have a strong sense of wonder in the world as well, like a strong sense of wonder and magic. They could even be at times childlike. Not childish, but childlike. Those are very, very different. Childish is often a very immature, self-serving or selfish energy at times. Childlike is just someone who can be very playful, enthusiastic, charismatic, fun, sees wonder and joy in the world in the simple things. But this is also a very colorful card, so I feel like this person could have a very colorful personality. They could be a creative, an artist. They could have a lot of visual ideas, or the way that they speak could be very refined or different. I'm picking up on some of that here. They could have a very interesting sense of style. I feel a lot of whimsy from this person. I feel like this person could be a little bit whimsical, either in mind and style or all of it. All right, I'm just going to get one more oracle on you, the King of Cups. Got reincarnation for you. This is my unconscious becoming conscious card. You see down here, this is like the unconscious, the depth of you becoming conscious and expressing itself into tangible reality. There's something about your own self-expression that is becoming very, very known in your life and very known around you. Like you're expressing yourself more authentically. Something is manifesting out of this. You're actually creating something because of your authentic expression. That could also be why you're attracting such colorful people, whimsical people, people who are exciting, different, unique, right? There's a sense of depth about you though, but you don't always show it. I feel like you can be a little bit reserved, but you have so much depth. I'm almost picking up on like a poet. Someone who writes poetry or expresses poetry, or your spirit is just like very poetic. The way that you speak, write, create, how you are refined, like how you carry yourself in life. That's what I'm picking up on here with this reincarnation card. I feel like you can create very beautiful things from your unconscious, maybe even some of your pain expressed into something, into tangible reality. All right, let's have a look at this person, this Fool. So we've got Thief for the Fool. I think we had someone come out not long ago that had Thief. And we've got Exile. We got Thief and Exile here. I feel like this person they have a very go-getter attitude. I feel like they could be very good at manifesting what they desire, what they want. They like to go after what they want when they make up their mind. Like they put their heart and soul into something. When they build something or they make something, it becomes absolute magic. And I feel like you in this pairing, you provide this depth, this clarity that they don't have. And they help you to realize some of your deeper thoughts and bring color to it, imagine it. There's this kind of dynamic going on between you two. This is a very, very sacred, beautiful connection. I would just be careful that this connection doesn't become blocked from a lack of truthful or authentic communication. If you feel something or you mean something, then it's going to be important to say what you mean and what you feel. I feel like you have no problem doing this, but because you're a person of depth and you can get very deep into your thoughts and feelings, sometimes you can pull back or you can be reserved or even untrusting of the intentions of others. But I feel like this person here, there's a magnetism and a duality between you two, okay? I also feel like this person has depth because they have exile here. I feel like this person really expresses themselves outwardly, externally. Like they like to express themselves externally in the world and interact with the physical world. But it comes from something deeper and darker that they don't just show to everyone. And I feel like that could potentially be why they're connecting with you here. Because they can have that with you, they can share that with you, they can express it. So I would say a lot of the world sees this, but only some get to see this on the bottom here. So it's a connection of safety. It's a connection of safety. It definitely makes you feel safe. It definitely makes this person feel safe. Because I'm seeing the thief here and this like very vibrant, charismatic energy. I feel like they could potentially be the energy coming towards you. Okay. So if you're not already connected to this person, this energy is being drawn towards you specifically. You are being magnetized to this person. But I feel like they're going to be the initiator for possibly many things in the connection. But it's going to be important for you to be, especially if you feel drawn to them, to be open and reciprocate that energy. We also had summer there in the bottom. There's a heart in the image here. So this could have something to do with literal summer. In the summertime, you may meet this person or get closer to this person. Or something very significant could have to do with the summertime. The summertime is also a time of action and passion, so it could just simply be that you get closer to somebody during a time like that, or the connection is going to feel like summer, something like that. The situation between this connection. And we've got the Ace of Swords here. The artwork is absolutely gorgeous, though. We're getting a lot of this colorful energy here. A lot like the Fool energy over here. So I feel like this is potentially, the Ace of Swords is connected to this Fool. And I'm also feeling this moon energy here again with this. So again, I feel like this is all going to be significant during a time when the energy feels heightened. It feels more intense. It feels like something is bubbling to the surface and coming towards you. It's possibly going to feel just like that when this person comes into your life. Now, if you're already aware of this person, then this just simply means that the connection is going to become more clear. There's going to be more clarity and you're going to get closer. Maybe even physically closer. Maybe you're at a distance and you get physically closer, or you start having conversations, something like this. We've had this climax energy in the readings for quite a while now, and it's going to be different for everybody, but I feel like everyone's coming to some sort of peak that's going to bring some sort of clarity into their situation, some sort of internal shift. And this Ace of Swords is all about truth. It's about living through truth and manifesting through truth. So it's going to be very important to live in a way that is fair, that is just, that expresses your true values. You communicate in a way that upholds your boundaries, but is also receptive and virtuous. So this is also about holding integrity with yourself and others. If you want to bring nice energy towards you, you must also embody these qualities. I talk about this a lot here on this channel, embodying the qualities of what you want to rearrange around you, okay? So the Ace of Swords is the situation. This relationship is coming out of some sort of clarity or is reaching a moment of clarity. When something becomes real, something becomes tangible. It either breaks open and comes in, or it breaks open and it devours it. So it's an either in or out energy. So something is going to be coming in and something is going to be going out. Okay, it's like an exchange. This clarity is like an exchange. There's like almost this death energy inside of the moon portal here. And that's what I'm picking up on. There's some sort of exchange that needs to happen for this connection to realize itself. I do strongly feel for most of you listening to this, it's going to be some sort of romantic connection, love connection. If not, then it's just going to be someone, possibly a friendship or something like that, that you have a very strong bond with, almost an otherworldly bond with, but it could be very platonic, right? You know, relationships look different to us all. This will not resonate with everyone. This is a general energy. It's only going to connect to a group within the collective. If it resonates with you, you will know. If it feels confusing or vague or like it doesn't relate and it doesn't fit, don't try to make it fit. Don't try to make it relate. If it's not for you, it's not for you, okay? You will know. Your intuition will know. So I'm going to jump into the extended reading here now, and I'm going to explore this connection further, and we're going to pull more cards, and we're going to look at the outcomes and further advice and see what else might be coming in here between you and this other person, okay? So if you're interested in seeing that, that will be over on Patreon. Join us. Join the inner circle. You get all of the extendeds all month long if you join the inner circle. But of course, if you don't want to do that and you resonate with one and you just want to get that one extended reading, you can do that too. So I'll see you over on Patreon if you're interested in that. If not, thank you very much for clicking on this video. Subscribe, like, and comment. It really helps me out and I appreciate it. Take good care of yourself until I see you again. Bye for now.